Hi there, these comments are for AK, and I am Michael from OTC, OnlineTOEFLCourse.com. Now, let me talk to the YouTuber for just a minute. I'm getting a lot of either free writing or free speaking evaluations right now, so I'm pretty busy, and a lot of people are joining my online TOEFL courses. Okay, so if you want to join one of my courses, you might want to email me first and I will tell you if I have room or not. I'm getting completely full in all my TOEFL courses. My private lessons, I'm booked. All my online TOEFL courses, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12-month courses, almost all full. My speaking and writing bootcamp courses, almost all full. So email me first and tell me what course you're interested in taking, and I will let you know if I have room for you. Okay? So let's take a look at the essay here. So AK, I'm talking to you now. You sent me a writing practice test yesterday, integrated speaking or TOEFL task number 1, right? And I'm going to actually comment on that right now. All right, AK, I just read the essay, your integrated writing response to, I think it was a reading passage about bears, and then the lecture cast some doubt on the points made in the reading passage. I'm putting you right now at 4.0 out of 5, or 25 points out of 30 on this. So why is that? So let's go to the actual rubrics. Let's get it from the horse's mouth here, right? So I think you're pretty good selecting the information from the lecture and then coherently presenting in relation to the reading. You have some minor, what I call vagueness, that might be in there. You have some frequent or noticeable minor language errors, but nothing really affects the meaning of your ideas. That's why I gave you the score that I did. And let me give you one example of maybe something that's the lecturer sees climbing, raises a hand to frighten the bear. The text stresses that bears attack when all 4 legs are on the ground as opposed to the passage according to... Okay, I think I got it. So this is I'm going to give you some advice that might help you get 30 points, because I think you have good control for the most part of your language and vocabulary. It seems like I'm contradicting what I just said a minute ago, but I think you have pretty good control over that. But what I'm going to say is it's usually better to use what I call a chunking type compare and contrast organization. So maybe half of each paragraph, like half of the paragraph, focuses on the information in the reading, then the other half of it focuses on the information from the listening passage. So be very specific, the author and the speaker, so we can kind of see who is doing what. And I would say the same for every paragraph. So you have the bears are told to be naturally aggressive toward humans, but according to the lecture, you're trying to go back and forth, and it's really difficult to make those kinds of transitions. So if you just talk about the reading first and then the listening, you only have to worry about one transition, and that's right in the middle of the paragraph as you move from the listening the reading to the listening passage. I think that'll make it a little bit easier for other people to understand your ideas. Another one is he offers. Let me say this. He offers playing dead. If that is not helpful, cover yourself. It should say something like victims should cover themselves on the ground. If using bags, if they have one. So I consider that a grammatical error. You're shifting from the third person to the second person point of view, and you're using here what's called cover yourself. You're using an imperative sentence style, which is really a shift from how you need to write with this type of writing. So that's considered a grammar error. So that's a minor error. It doesn't really affect your meaning. So I think if you want to get the 30 points, you want to go from 25 to 30. That's a pretty big jump. And I think one of the easiest ways for you to do that is to focus on half of the paragraph only focuses on the reading passage, then half of that paragraph focuses on the listening. That's going to be easier for you to handle, and I guarantee you will make fewer grammatical errors if you use that structure. It's easier for writers to handle. So that would be, I think, my comments on this. The other thing I'm going to point out here is this. You have, while the passage offers that when bears are not afraid, the possibility of their attacks on humans increases, the lecturer iterates the opposite. But I would not use while when you're talking about the reading passage, because if you do that, you put that as a dependent clause or in a subordinate position. It means you're putting the lecture above the reading. You don't want to do that. The reading and the lecture need to be similar. So this is kind of complicated, but when you talk about the reading, put that information in its own sentences. Don't combine it with information from the lecture. I wouldn't do that. Again, and it makes it a little easier for your transitions if you follow that type of structure. Nevertheless, you have a pretty good essay. Congratulations on very, very astute, very coherent, developed writing skills. I can tell you've been practicing your English and writing for many years. So good job. So 4.0 out of 5 or 25 points out of 30 on this particular practice test.